Hello, Taurus. Welcome to my channel. My name is Lola. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to be doing your love reading for June to July. This is a mid-month reading, so be sure to check out your sun, moon, and rising signs for a more complete picture of what love has in store for you at this time. So let's get started. This is the Whispers of Love Oracle deck. We're going to start with some Oracle messages. If you're looking for a more general reading on career, finance, those sorts of things, that's up on my channel. There's a link in the description box below. June monthlies are up. July will be coming soon. All right, let's see what we have here for Taurus. What are love messages for Taurus? We have listen with your heart, and you are limitless. Wow, Taurus. Okay, so we'll dig into these, but listen with your heart. You are listening, but you need to hear with a loving heart. And then you are limitless. You can do anything you choose. So amazing. So let's see what this, I think this here, this you are limitless, you can do anything you choose. This is an amazing, wonderful overall love message to get. So during this time, the universe is just saying that like, you can do anything you want. Like you can do what you choose. You have the abilities, and in love, if you choose to be in a relationship, you can have one. If you choose to be single, you can be single. If you choose to take the next step, you can do that. So, if you choose to want to grow in certain areas of your life, you definitely have the opportunity to do that at this time. And then here with listening with your heart, what I'm hearing a lot is that the universe is saying, you are listening, but sometimes you're listening at it from a tactical place instead of an emotional place. And so it's saying to you is like, you're listening. This is the tagline, like you are listening, but you need to hear with a loving heart. So maybe really putting yourself in the other person's shoes. And I see this even across maybe all your relationships, not just your partnership. So really needing to listen with a loving heart from maybe someone has some feedback for you from a family or friend that you love and care about. And you really just need to be a good listener, but also take it to heart and really listen that they could be telling you something very serious and providing feedback and really wanting you to be a loving listener. So that's what I would say for you to think about, like listen with your heart, but be a loving listener. That might be an easier way to interpret this message. So we'll see what other messages want to come through and how we can kind of clarify some of that. But that's really what I would think of is like, you're limitless in love. Like you could really choose to have what you want. The universe is saying that, but it's also recommending to you that you really be a loving listener. So thinking about how you can put yourself in their shoes and be an emotional listener with feelings and that heart and mind, then kind of always wanting to be in that kind of rational, tactical place. So let's see how these other messages want to come through for you. Let's pull some tarot, Taurus. So what tarot messages in love do we have for Taurus at this time? What do we have for Taurus? What do we have for you, Taurus, in love? All right. Let's knock the whole card deck over. Okay, we have the Fool, new adventures, the Moon, some mystery, and the Chariot. Whoa. Okay, Taurus. First of all, these are all major arcana. So out of this entire deck, the 3 tarot that come forward are major arcana. They're not in any particular order, but this is a lot going on. I'm immediately driven right towards, especially what we were just talking about with listening to your heart. And being a loving listener, I would say, is especially around this, the moon. So for those of you that are in relationships and in, a partnership, you're already in kind of this like committed relationship, I would say the moon can bring towards in this listening heart some areas of mystery. And so there could be some times where you're not really sure what your partner is thinking. And so it's good to talk through it and be a listener from your heart, but also be someone who can bring forth some communication factors, especially with this Chariot here. And you might just need to be bringing forward some of those communication aspects into your relationship. But the moon is what I always love. The moon, I mean, it can light your way. There might be that more your love life starts to take another, it starts to grow more at night. It starts to kind of lead into, so maybe those, for those of you that are single and on the dating apps late at night, you'll start to see a little more activity than usual. And those are kind of paying off for you. There's also a full moon coming up here in mid-June. So Think about the energies that are there for you. The moon also reminds us that we need to pay attention to our dreams or our subconscious. So always recommend keeping a dream journal. There could be something that's coming out for you about a person in your life that you maybe have not always seen as potential love, but could be there. And if they're popping up in your dreams a lot, I would definitely say that might be someone you want to explore, think about. So how can you go down that path and see what the moon has in store for you? So think about that as you come into your subconscious and what is there. Now, the moon is always before the sun. So in the major arcana and the fool's journey. And so I like to point that out because you're kind of sitting in this mystery, you're figuring it out and kind of listening and finding out what's going on there. And you're looking at, like I said, your dating life from a new area. You're finding things out that you hadn't discovered before. You're really tuned into your dreams, your subconscious, because then when you wake up, the sun is there. And so I would definitely see a lot of these activities, these actions that are happening here in June, July, you're going to start to see that flow into this like brighter light of July. And especially here with the Fool and the Chariot, because both of these are movement cards. And the Fool is an incredibly wonderful card to get anytime. I love the Fool because this means there's a new adventure ahead. There's a wonderful, fun, amazing new adventure ahead for you in love. So for those of you in relationships, newly dating, there's a venture upon you. You could be doing some travel. You're going to be out and about. You're going to be going through these adventures together. And especially love is also an adventure, right? And then for those of you looking, like that's there for you. Like you're really going to be going down this path. And so I see this is new beginnings. The Fool is this opportunity of love, this new adventure could really start to present itself for you at this time. So that's amazing, Taurus. And then, of course, getting into the Chariot is movement. This is progress. These are things moving forward. So this is your love taking the next step. This is moving into that path. And so that's what I say. I feel like we're going on this adventure. We're kind of getting deep into our feelings, being a loving listener, and then the Chariot's just driving us into the sun for all of that to come out and about. So I see a lot of amazing things here for you, for in love, in relationships, really taking progress, positive movements forward. But you have to take this advice again, like be clear on what you want and make those loving choices, but being that loving listener and seeing what this happens. But it looks like a fun month in love. So for those of you in relationships, single, dating, whatever it is, this looks like an incredibly fun month for love with these adventures and the limitless piece, and then also the movement of that the chariot, and taking those adventures and those fun things forward. So let's see what your romance messages are, Taurus. Let's see what we have. What romance messages do we have for Taurus? Lots of fun things here. Good advice and some things to pay attention to, but movement, new adventures in love. Who doesn't want that? Okay. For you, Taurus, we have reconciliation and retreat. There's that adventure we talked about. So reconciliation, so someone from your past is returning into your life. So not for everyone, but sometimes there could be people coming back in. This could be a good thing. This could not. This is your choice. You can do anything you choose. If you choose that this person is worthy of your time again, then fine, see what the exploration brings, but you'll see some progress pretty quickly to see if it is or not, I think, especially with that Chariot. But this is also your choice to be like, no, like, thank you, it's great to see you, but have a nice day, goodbye. I have a new adventure coming up for me. And then also this retreat it's time to disconnect from the world. So for those of you going on an adventure with your loved one, with your partner, the universe is telling you to disconnect from everything else and really focus on the people that are around you, and take that time to disconnect. It's really going to pay off for you. So okay, Taurus, let's pull a couple of more messages. This is the Angel Answer Oracle deck. Let's see. This is for those of you who brought a question or specific situation to the reading today and would like to get some guidance. So angels, what answers do you have for Taurus for their question or situation that they brought today? What do we have for Taurus? Okay, we have don't stop. All right, there's that Chariot movement, and get more information. So, oh my gosh, okay, Sagittarius got these cards too, I think. So maybe there's a Sagittarius in your life. But the universe is just saying whatever questions you had in the situation that you were asking about, is the universe is saying don't stop, but get more information. So definitely taking the time to you have the movement forward, but taking some advice of listening and hearing with a loving heart, I think you'll get the information that you need. So it looks amazing, amazing time in love for you, Taurus. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I'd love to see you again. Please consider subscribing to my channel and have a great month.